AI engineering is one of the most lucrative, in-demand, and future-proof career paths in the new job market right now. Companies are paying 200K and above for people who can actually build with AI, and that number is only going up. But here's what nobody wants to say out loud. It's not for everyone. And I don't mean that based on your background, your degree, or how many years you've been in tech. I mean it based on who you are and how you think. Because I've watched people with every advantage walk into this field and flame out. And I've watched people with nothing but the right mindset completely reinvent their career. So in this video, I'm going to be straight with you about exactly who should not pursue AI engineering. And if you're not that person, I'm going to show you what the path actually looks like. If you're chasing easy money, stop here. Yes, 200K plus salaries are real, but it's the result of building real things that solve real problems. Companies don't pay for someone who just watched tutorials. They pay for someone who can actually ship, look at their business needs, and apply an AI solution that's catered to that business need, and be able to explain that and interpret that information to the stakeholders, or basically non-technical people, so they can make an informed decision based on the results or the solution that you provided for it. If you want to learn everything before you start, AI moves too fast right now. Waiting until you feel ready means you'll never start, because you learn something literally a day after, a week after, a new thing comes out and completely changes the landscape again. Just-in-time learning is the only approach that works in this field. You learn what you need to do to solve the problem for the business need or the real goal you're trying to accomplish there. Once that's solved, you move on. Of course, you could always assess afterwards and choose a better solution the next time, because something new is probably going to come out that's better than what you have. But the main goal is to solve the problem and not find out and learn every single thing about AI. If you think your current career is a disadvantage, this is probably not for you, because your domain is the edge most candidates don't have. Right now, and especially in the last 10 years, the fact that you just knew AI alone was enough to get you a job. But then what companies are realizing is that, okay, you know AI, but you don't know our business goals, our needs, the pain points, what success looks like. So you cannot map AI to actually solving our business problems. Whereas if you're coming from an actual industry, that is your edge, because you understand all those things. And now you can link AI for that. AI engineer who understands finance, for example, and logistics, healthcare, those people going into those fields will be a lot more advantageous than people who do not, because they don't have to go in and learn all those things, which took years of expertise and know-how in the first place. And now to map that with AI, it's going to be very, very difficult, especially if you're dealing with executives or stakeholders or decision makers. They don't have time to explain all that to you. They want you to come in, hit the ground running, and solve the problem. And if you do, that person is irreplaceable. If you actually need handholding and constant validation, this is probably not for you, because the work is ambiguous. You're often solving problems that don't have tutorials yet, because you're solving it in domains of companies and their business goals and their real world problems with messy data, where things are never in perfect conditions, but they're hiring you or leading towards you to solve the problem because no one else can do this, or it seems insurmountable to actually get past it. The people who make it are the ones who keep going when it's uncomfortable. That is the key thing here, is that the situation is uncomfortable, but you're able to make it work regardless of the situation. This is probably not for you if you're waiting for the right time. The window is open right now, and it won't be accessible forever. So you have to actually take action now. The competition is growing. The people who are moving today are the ones who will own this space in 2 years. And by then, it'll be very, very hard to break into it. And it's going to be polarized with people who are in it and understand it, who have access to it, and the people who don't. So if you're willing to take the plunge right now and learn everything now, or everything you need to do, not everything in AI, because if you try to do that, you'll never start. But basically, learn everything, or basically take your advantage or take the opportunity now. That is when you're going to actually see or reap the most benefit out of it. If none of what is mentioned in the video is you, and you're serious and you have domain expertise and willing to put in the work, then the next step is figure out exactly where to start. Click the link in the description to find out the roadmap.